Welcome back to the channel, my friends. This is Wallet Monkey, where we cover everything that you need credit intel wise to build relationships with the banks and of course build your credit profile. Today, my friends, we are going to cover the elusive Navy Federal Credit Union, and I'm going to give you everything you need in one video. Yes, that's right. We're going to talk about 10 plus things that you need to know about Navy Federal. Look at all these videos that exist, basically telling you all the same stuff that I'm going to tell you in this video today. The reason why is because I'm a huge proponent of data mining, meaning that we are building upon and further syndicating material, right? Through personal experience, through other people's experience, so on and so forth. So the issue is that there's just way too many videos right now about Navy Federal. Now, if you want to go and talk and get specific videos about the secured card, the flagship card, etc., that's a different topic. But if we're going to talk about just like Navy Federal in general, how to get in, the late night approval hack, and all of these pieces here, that the 91.3 rule, all those pieces, then this is the video for you. So we're going to cover all of that. And we've got that broken down in an article on the site as well. Of course, it's free, no gimmicks, pop-ups, no crap. It loads fast. It's simple, right? That's what we want. So first and foremost, let's cover the basics. Qualifying for a Navy Federal account. You can join online or call, and here is the current requirements with a couple caveats. So everyone already kind of knows, like, look, active duty retired veteran, immediate family members can get in. But what you might not know, and the first little tip I want to give you, is household members can also become Navy Federal members. And up until this point, even though this will probably change, and I'm saying something that a lot of people have said as well, is that they haven't really been the best with documenting paperwork. They seem to be a little bit messy with how they do stuff on their end, which is fine. You know, it's not a dig or anything, but definitely, you know, like some of their systems and whatnot need to be further optimized. Case in point is the late night approval hack, which we'll talk about as well. But if you can prove that this roommate provides a substantial amount to the household, then they can become a member. Okay, another little tricky one here is that they also allow in select employee groups, SEGs, such as NASCO and BAE systems, and several others. This is not listed on their website. You have to either go in or call them to find out details about this. So it is beyond a little bit beyond what I think is being talked about and being spread around. Okay, so that's the first big thing that I wanted to cover. Next, let's talk about data points. This is where we get into all of the granular points that really make the biggest difference with Navy Fed. Let's start at the top. DTI is what they care about the most. This I don't really see changing. Navy Fed also has its own internal credit score system, which we'll talk about. We'll talk about where to find that, how to find it as well. But the DTI is a big important factor for them. Pretty standard across the board in the mortgage industry, Navy Fed included. 43% or less is kind of the standard for them to be okay with giving you a mortgage. And then with lenders in general, ideally they like to see a debt to income ratio lower than 36%. So on the mortgage side, it's 43% or lower. So this is a percentage number, this debt to income ratio. And on the lender side, they like to see 36% or lower. I don't really know what exactly Navy Federal is, but we can get some more insight in terms of how they're ranking us with the internal credit score, which we'll cover as well. Next is the 91.3 rule, or since the pandemic and since a lot of stuff has been delayed, now is the 95-day rule, which is essentially, and well, not a brand new account, but a brand new credit card, and you wait 91 days or 3 statements, and then you ask for a credit limit increase, and you can also get a second card. Keep in mind that you can only get 3 cards with Navy Federal, and they can be duplicate cards, so you could get 3 flagship cards if you wanted to, which is a minimum of 5K all the way up to a maximum of 80K. But with the recent, COVID and whatnot, expect it to be at least 95 days, which you could call it 100 days if you really wanted to, just to be super safe, right? That rule, which again, that's another piece of commonly touted knowledge, right? But now let's get into some other stuff that might not be. And I'm going to kind of buckshot these out at you as they're just bullet points in this article. So currently, they will pull TransUnion 9 for everything except credit limit increases, but they've been known to pull Equifax 9 as well. Credit limit increases requests use Equifax 9. Okay, the membership to get a checking account is a soft pull. It'll be through check systems. If you haven't checked in on your check systems, we shot an entire video about it. You might want to check into that. But if you call in for really any reason, you call in for a credit limit increase, you call in for, new product, whatever, they expect them to do a hard pull. This is true for most banks when you call in, that they will do a hard pull. Whereas maybe online, maybe a pre-qual online or something like that, you might be able to get around it. If denied on an application, they can possibly reuse the hard pull within 30 days if the computer can match your new application with the previous application. I already talked about allows 3 cards maximum. Okay, maximum initial credit line is $25,000 without proof of income. $50K maximum. Flagship is obviously the caveat to this, which is a minimum credit limit of $5,000 and a maximum of $80,000, which I already mentioned. New cards can be applied for at least 91/3 after the last one. 180 days between credit limit increases if the last one was approved. Otherwise, probably wait 6 months. And of course, between these, if you're getting denied, make sure the credit report looks different. Make sure you bring down your DTI. Make sure you bring down your utilization. Okay, next, you can do a product change, which I totally suggest. This is something I'm fairly new at myself, but you can get into doing product changes, which makes total sense from a strategy standpoint. If we're looking to maximize the 3 cards that we can get, we can combine, we can do product changes, we can merge these together, right? Next is you can fund a brand new Navy Federal checking account with a credit card, up to, from what I've heard, $250. So most people didn't realize you could do that. Next is, and this is not on the list, but if you do want to get into Navy Fed ecosystem and you're brand new to it, put money in both the checking and the savings account, right? So I think the minimum is like $5 on the checking or on the savings and $100 in the checking. Do at least the minimums, but put $100 in each or a couple hundred in each, just so that it looks good. If you can get some sort of direct deposit flowing to Navy Federal or a portion of your direct deposit, I know some companies will let you do partials. Do that, because what they want to see is, instead of pulling your credit to see if you can afford stuff or asking for POI, they're just going to see, oh, well, this guy's getting $2,000 every month as a direct deposit. Well, now they don't have to hard pull so much. Now they can kind of use that data point to help them. One, your internal score is going to be better with Navy Fed, because how you're utilizing your accounts, how you take care of your checking accounts, how much money you have coming in, that is all going to help you with your internal credit score. Okay, current maximum credit limit increase right now during the pandemic is just $4,000. We've heard this across the boards, okay? So don't expect more. So those big crazy credit limit increases, those are gone for now. Next, and this is something that there's literally threads and threads and threads of this. If you're eligible for both a new card and a credit limit increase, apply for the new card first. If you don't and you apply for the credit limit increase, it will only take away from the limit that they will give you on the brand new credit card, because you will hit like basically a maximum for what they feel safe and confident with lending you at that time based on your internal credit score with them. So don't go getting the credit limit increase first. Get the new card, then get the credit limit increase. Next, let's dive in. If that wasn't enough, let's dive into the late night hack. Keep in mind that this is essentially an exploit, and I've called it that because it's not something that they planned on doing, and at some point they will stop doing this. So don't just think that this is going to stick around forever. Don't think that this is guaranteed. It's not. I assume that they will fix this at some point. What it basically is that at certain hours of the night, office is closed, obviously, right? Well, there's no human people doing any sort of a review process on applications coming through, and there's an automated system. And apparently the automated system isn't that great, so your likelihood and your odds of getting approved with lower credit scores or less than ideal credit profiles is much greater. Those hours, I don't care what you've read about, the hours are 11 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is the late night hack right there. Submit your app at night during those hours, and your likelihood of getting approved is a lot higher. Now, is it guaranteed? No. There's also some other things that really seemed to matter based on first-hand experiences with this. Okay, sign up for, here's the way to maximize your odds right here, these bullet points. Okay, sign up for your new Navy Federal account. Everyone's required to set up both checking and savings, as I mentioned. Fund both, and keep in mind that you can fund with a credit card up to $250. Okay, give it time, 60 to 90 days. Make sure that the addresses match. Like the address on the checking account matches the address on the credit profile, on your credit profile. You're not planning on doing a big move. Make sure that all the information that you submit to them for the utility bill, etc., to set up the checking account, make sure it all matches, because otherwise what might happen is you might get delayed or put into a queue because addresses aren't matching and they're not able to actually fully approve your account. And so you want everything to be consistent, right? So setting up direct deposits help because they want to see that consistency, consistent money coming in. This should be obvious, right? If you are 740 or below, stick to Platinum Card, Go Rewards, or More Rewards. And if you are 740 and above, go with the top two, the top tiers, which is Flagship and Amex. If you get denied or get a low limit, you can use the reconsideration lines and ask them to look at it again. This is on the back of the card, or the 800 number can get you in there too. So the generic number can get you in there. And the cool thing is that most of the time you're talking to a real person in the United States, and that's the beauty of it. But they seem to be very just like upfront and honest. Like they're not really trying to hide anything, like there's some sort of proprietary process or anything. That's been my personal experience. Use the pre-qualified tool Navy Federal offers you. It seems to be very, very accurate with if you're gonna get it or not, right? Next, and the big one that everyone's gonna be asking about is how do you find your internal credit score? Now, I've been waiting to get, maybe I'll have it in this video by the time this is edited and uploaded. If there is, we'll go ahead and put those on the screen now. But basically, when you get approved or denied for a credit card or a credit limit increase, on that one pager that they send out, at the top of the back of the first page or the main page that they send, there will be the breakdown of their internal credit score, the Navy Federal internal credit score. And it is a score between 100 and 450. I think the last time I did mine, it was like 240 or 250, I want to say. And what it's based on is it's based on how you manage your checking account. Overdrafts will obviously matter on this. You know, how much is, probably I'm sure how much is in your accounts total. Direct deposit is activated, yes or no. How much, it's categorizing you that way. That's what they're using to, if they can't maybe pull a hard credit report, they're going to pull off their internal system, right? So I think their internal system, as time goes on and as they grow this, will matter more than your credit report at the bureaus, right? So I just gave you some things that you might be able to see there. Some examples here. Number of inquiries on your credit bureau report you might see on there. Balance status of Navy Federal accounts might be on there. So again, if you're abusing these accounts, if you're getting non-sufficient funds fees and extended non-sufficient funds fees, then expect your credit score to your internal credit score to be very low. Length of Navy Fed membership can actually come into play. This is why we want to follow these things here for the best likelihood and highest likelihood of not only getting approved, but the best rates, the best APRs, right? So this is how you find it. It's on the back of that one pager that they send out. Nobody really looks at the back. It's crazy because it's like 6 or 7 boxes. It tells you exactly what it is, what your score is, the reasons why, or the things that are affecting it, just like a regular credit report would do. All right, so last thing I want to talk about is really the ranking and the tier system of Navy Federal cards, and we'll wrap it up there. Starting at the very beginning is the secured credit card. Now, here's the beauties of it, is at 6 months, they're gonna start to look at you monthly or on a regular basis. It might even be, sooner than that, to graduate you into an unsecured card. So they would graduate you, if you were approved, into a cash rewards, unsecured. So this is a card that graduates. This is a card that is worth putting your time into. This is an ecosystem that, if you like it, is worth putting in time into. They've got a ton of different products. They've got loan products. They've got home loan products. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars from the personal side as well as the business side. They're a very good bank to get involved in, right? And it comes with a lot of other perks. No annual fees, no balance transfers, no foreign transaction fees. I mean, that's great. 1x points per $1 spent on net purchases. Next, we got mid-tier cards. I just put all these together and I basically put them in order for how I feel. Is we got the cash rewards, which I put at the bottom only because you get more rewards with the Go rewards, and I put the platinum above it because it's used for a balance transfer card. So it's the lowest APR. You might actually be able to qualify for a really low APR or close to 0 for 12 months. With that being such a low APR, you can use it and leverage it as a balance transfer or a means to start a business and grab some money off of that card and then go and set up your entity and go and pull money from that to, start up your actual business. And then the top tier cards, flagship is at the top of that. Actually, these are out of order. Yes, just because I don't think you can get as much on the limit of the more rewards. And definitely it's co-branded through American Express, so it is a harder card to get. You get better bonus points here, but I like the flagship because it's a minimum of 5K and you can get up to $80,000. I'm actually not sure what we can max out the more rewards card with, but there you have it. There's other stuff I want to cover. We're going to actually build out this article, as we do with all articles on the site, to cover the pledge loans and dive into business credit and business credit cards. And so expect this article, like most on the site, to grow. But there you go. This video right here in 16 minutes, we've literally covered everything that you could find up-to-date information about all these common things that are being discussed around Navy Federal and what you can do right now to improve your odds and get the best chance of approval, best APRs, credit limit, etc. All right, my friends, that's all I've got for you. Comment below if you got something to say. Hit the thumbs up button if you want to help us circulate in the algorithms more, grow this community. We got a good thing going here, so let's keep it going. And then if you're brand new here and you like this, well, subscribe and hit the bell notification. We'll see you again real soon in another video.